Pre-market summary for Wednesday, April 26. Futures trying to hold on to gains here, but off the highs from early on in the pre-market as Google heads to the downside this morning so far. Microsoft still holding in positive territory, both on deck, both trying to lead the market higher this morning after earnings yesterday. We did get much better than expected right across the board for the most part as far as the numbers were concerned. Specifically from Microsoft, the cloud numbers much better than expected. We'll talk about Google, though. Downside right now, already red in the pre-market. In fact, 0.09 there for the S&P, just 0.14 for the Dow, about 0.7 for the NASDAQ, benefiting from both of those, Google and Microsoft initially. But as I said, we're off the highs, 3.5% from Bitcoin right now, 2.8 for Ethereum. A couple of notes here as far as economic data this morning coming up at 8:30. U.S. durable goods, 0.7 expected there to the upside. Wholesale inventories also at 8:30. And then we'll get the weekly crude oil inventory energy update as well coming up at 10:30. Overall, the market's still kind of chopping around here as far as the daily charts are concerned. Both the S&P and the SPY remain firmly within these ranges that we've been dealing with over the past few weeks here, as focus, on Microsoft and Alphabet this morning. Microsoft with a really great report pointing to further sales to come, specifically surrounding ChatGPT, all things AI set to benefit Microsoft, possibly coming up even in the next quarter. Google's parent, meanwhile, was up nicely, in fact, after the close yesterday, and that had a lot to do with the $70 billion share buyback that was announced, but not so much this morning. We're downside so far for Google. We'll talk about that. FRC, speaking of downside, ugly here again this morning, 20+% on top of what happened yesterday as more bank jitters resurface. 100 billion leaving as far as deposits in their latest quarter. PACW, worth noting, better than expected, both on the earnings front, and they're seeing withdrawals stabilize for PACW. So we'll talk about both of those this morning. Jefferies with a downgrade here on Tesla this morning to hold from buy. A little bit more pressure on Tesla after being relatively weak yesterday. Nice report for Boeing overall, but we are higher after they reaffirmed their delivery forecast for the remainder of the year, and cash flow targets also going to be met apparently for Boeing. So that looks good. BABA trying to bounce. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. Straight to the downside for Alibaba, trying to bounce here this morning. They cut their cloud costs by 50% in some cases. So we'll talk about that. And a little one popped up yesterday. INAB back on watch as well. Make sure you grab that watch list, guys. QR code on screen right now. It's free. Why not? Comes right to your inbox every single day. We'll see you shortly on TraderTV.Live.